Do you hate the news? I mean, I kind of hate the news. For those of you that don't know me, I literally never watch the news if I can handle it. If someone turns the TV on when I'm in the living room, I will not pay attention so that I avoid the news. The only news I consume is stuff that I'm actively looking into. And that's what intrigues me about something like Mailbrew. So Mailbrew is a personal daily digest. So you can basically have a digest of overall information like tweets, newsletters, and it can be a place for your saved links. You can receive this in email and browser, and it is a really nice way to have things from RSS feeds and different websites become a daily digest that gives you the information that you want. Looking at the pricing really quick, you get unlimited brews and sources for $4.99 a month, and it's billed yearly at $59.88. So you can basically set up a daily digest by putting in your number one email and having a username put here. So this would be my username, and then this would be the address for my inbox. So after creating it, what you do is you'd create your brew by picking your favorite sources, schedule your digest, and read it over email or online. So my first source can be any of these things. It can be newsletter, website and RSS, a Twitter digest, YouTube videos, podcasts. I really enjoy this because it can have a complete list of stuff that I only want to see. So for example, podcasts, what I would like to do is do the Daily Stoic, as this is something I listen to every single day. And then you can add some more sources here. So say I wanted to see a Twitter digest, I would edit the source, and if I connect with my Twitter account, I want to see what Notion is saying so I can get some updates on how Notion is changing its software, as I am someone who makes a lot of videos on that. And I could also add a website and RSS to James Clear, who is one of my favorite authors. You can include 4 most recent posts in this RSS feed and change stuff here, so you can edit all the different sources here how you'd want it to, and then change it to be daily, weekly, at whatever time you want. So I'm gonna do daily at 7 a.m., start sending. So I'm gonna start sending here. So it's going to brew my first issue and bring it out to me. So I wanna have it start at 7 a.m. because I don't wanna see news before that time. So if I go to my brews, it'll have this created for me. So how to change the world. This is today's Daily Stoic podcast. And then I can look and see what James Clear's annual review is all about. And I could read through this and it would be a nice little taste of what he's been up to. As mentioned before, if I go on my phone, I will be able to see it in my email. So my Daily Brew issue for today is gonna have that podcast and the James Clear situation here. So I really like the fact that this is something that can just work with your email as well. I'm not someone who checks my email often, and I actually have a pretty good system where I'm almost at inbox 0. So having this is going to be really nice because I can just open up my daily emails and pop it up in there. I actually don't use Gmail, I usually use Spike. So if we go to my Daily Brew, it actually works really well on Spike too. Let's see if I press this podcast button, it will actually open up right to the exact podcast that I want to go to. So that's a really nice touch. The fact that it is completely working with the podcast app. And if I went here, it just goes to James Clear's website. But I'm sure if I was logged in on Twitter and I had a tweet come in, it would do something similar to the podcast app. I really like what this app does, and I think it is a nice touch for people who are looking for a way to get their news in a very closed way, because I personally can't stand getting a bunch of information that I'm never going to use. But something that you could use is this video on how to improve your productivity even more.